Okay. 5 into 6. Alright. As long as he does not get a bring it on, we win. Man! Stayed alive by the skin of our teeth. That is how you outvalue Dead Man's Hand Warrior. Hey everyone, DannyDonuts here, and welcome back to my Deep Deck Dive series. This is a series where you, the Tempo Storm audience, create a crazy deck concept, leave it in the comments of this video below, and then I'll go through and create a deck based off of the wackiest, the craziest, and some of the more interesting suggestions. Really enjoyed the last one from last week when we did Major Domo Mage. A lot of fun doing that one. So this week, one of the more upvoted ones that we saw was from Martin Feinziller, and that was Beast Warrior. And now that's a big deck building challenge because there's nothing really inherent to the class that is incredibly beast heavy. So I thought this would be a really cool one to start off with. So first, let's look at the beasts that are exclusive to Warrior. So you have in a deck like this, it's going to be more of a mid-range style Warrior, which I think right now for the metas would be fairly well, because there's a lot of Paladin at the moment, a good amount of Druid. We're not going to do too well against Warlock or maybe even some of the faster aggressive decks, but you can put it, especially with Paladin being so dominant, I think that this would be a good deck to try out. So I want to go and start off with like a mid-range shell, and then we'll develop from there. So starting with that, we definitely want to put the Fierce Monkey and the Direhorn Hatchling in, because those are two really good beasts. We'll consider putting King Mosh in later on as our top end. We're going to have one or two really big top end cards in this deck, because you need to have something to finish off the game. But we'll see if King Mosh really fits in at the end as we go through. So let's look at some of the other beasts and other beast synergy cards. We definitely want to have some like lower ones, like maybe even a Direwolf Alpha would combo well, because we're just going to be playing for the board really hard with this deck. Haunted Creeper is a good one. Haunted Creeper is probably what we're going to play. We'll play double Haunted Creeper, and then I definitely want to at least start off with this. We're going to want to use the Menagerie package with the Curator. Now we're not going to go all crazy and put the the other Menagerie cards in, like the Magician and the bot one, because those really don't have too much of an impact, and you have to already have a board. So I feel that just starting with the Curator and then building from there is good. So starting off with this core, we'll probably add in 2 or 3 more beasts as we go through, having 6, 8 of them. So that should be our core beast package. But we gotta, we'll put the 1 Murloc in. We want to change our hero power with Finley. That's Finley. And then we want to take advantage of the dragon cards that are exclusive to Wild Warrior. You have Alex Strauss's Champion. That's a really, really good card, and probably what's going to drive this deck being a mid-range deck. So now we got to get enough dragons to support this. So Fairy Dragon's one of the we want to keep them lower cost. We're trying to stay in the lower range here for mana throughout the build. We don't want to go too crazy yet. So yeah, we want the Fairy Dragon. Let's look at other dragons. Nether Spite can be a consideration, but let's try to get like 4 more dragons or so, maybe even a couple more. Guardians definite include. And either Drake or Scalebane is going to be good to come in here, because we want to get, if we get the Scalebane to stick, that'd be really good. So I think we'll toss one Scalebane in, evaluate from there afterwards. And then let's just get the top end in, to have one dragon that'll stick in for a while. So I like Deathwing in this deck. We'll toss in a Deathwing, keep everything going there. Now, let's just start filling in with some of the good warrior mid-range cards for like the mid-range shell. So that's going to include weapons. We want weapons. If I could spell right. So we are definitely going to want to run the King's Defender in the 3 slot because we have so many taunts. We have 4, 6, 7 right now. We might add some more. So double King's Defender is good, just for a 3 mana one. And then a copy of, let's run double Deathspite. This looks pretty good so far. We're probably gonna want to run the Ghoul right now. We'll run double Frothing. We'll run the Ghoul. And now, looking at this, what do we have? Well, we're not running any spells right now. This would be really sweet if we did Spiteful Summoner, right? So we do Spiteful. And then we go and get 2 big spells for Warrior. So what's that? The Spellstone? So spell... Let's just double check there's nothing else that's really big for a spell that we want. We also have Crush at 7 as well, but I don't think we really need a Crush. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we'll definitely want double Spellstone. And how many dragons do we have? Because we want to make sure that Alexstrasza's champion is pretty consistent. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 is okay. You could probably fit in 1 or 2 more maybe with like a Drake. But this is Beasts. This is Beast Warrior. We've kind of migrated a little bit away from the Beast theme. So let's look for some better Beasts. They're just Beast. I like Kodo. Kodo's pretty good here. Deals with some of the smaller threats. So let's put a Kodo in. And then not sure if we're missing anything too obvious here. Got the weapons. Let's go with smaller Beast here. Make our curve a little bit better. Oh no, let's just go the other Scalebane. That'll help us consistency. I really like Azure Drake, but for a board-centric deck, we might not want to draw as much. So Kobold Scalebane's good. We could also run Varian Rin. That's 2 10-drop cards, and then we're also running double Mithril, so that could be too much. We have a lot of top end here, even though it doesn't really seem like it. So Kobold Scalebane's cool. So that's a good way to start. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, and we've got a warrior relatively high up there too. Alright, so I'm gonna assume that this is pirates. And if it's pirates, we gotta get early game. Yep. Alright. Come on, greet him. Hello. Alright, Ghoul is nice. That's a good pickup. Coin Ghoul. So this is one of the games where we are on the defensive. Alright, Frothing bump, wow. Alright. I'm cool with tanking this. Just because we have the champion next turn. We can champion and fairy dragon. It's a little bit more proactive. This is a Porkron coming down. Most likely. Oh, Death Spite. Right. We need a taunt soon. We might want to hold the dragon. Well, Alex Strauss's champion's being played. Oh, I forgot that this was a dragon. We could have played the dragon too. We're 2 mana down. Alright. Well, we have to make this trade. Hopefully we hit a 7-mana taunt with the Spiteful, because Curator can help us out. Corsair. Nice. Alright, give me a taunt. We want the taunt. It's actually pretty good. We're threatening lethal. Wow, I can't believe we won that game. He has to have the Corsair here. And even the Corsair's not enough. Wow! That was crazy. That's a good win. That's a board swing and a half. Alright. So it's that paladin that we're trying to design around playing here. So being very aggressive and just sticking to the board early is what we want to do against Paladin. Because as soon as they get their called, we want to be able to contest a call to arms that comes out. So I just like keeping the dragon for a turn 2 play after. We're going to coin out the creeper to contest the 1-drop. King's Defender will be good if we can get a taunt out coming at some point. So we'll see how it goes. And Spellstone's okay. It's fine for a late game threat if we need it, but we want the other one to stay in the deck. So this is perfect. We can coin out the creeper, and then next turn, Alex Strauss's champion can help clean up anything that gets played, like a mini bot or a juggler or something like that. Ooh, Mech Warper. So we're playing Mech Pally. So this is pretty good, making this trade. Muster for Battle's a good 3-mana card that can help him seal out a little bit, but having the Ghoul will help a lot. And this is great as well, having the Summoner. Consecrate is a 4-mana card. But I don't think we give it any merit here. We don't really care if he consecrates, because then we still are on the upper edge and can start developing. because he can't really put anything into play. Call to Arms is a little bit more what we're concerned about, and the Ghoul should do well against that. Whoa! This guy's teching hard. He really doesn't like those demons. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and swing on this. We can use our health as a life resource here. Now the question is, do we play the weapon or do we go and develop the fairy dragon? And I think the weapon's probably a little bit worse than the fairy dragon right now because we can't really do anything with it. So I like the fairy dragon. Double trade, play around some of the buffs that have been circulating. A lot of the paladin decks have become egg paladin decks, so they're running Blessing of Kings, Blessing of Might. Clearing the board's good at most points. Oldemon is good. So I just like to clear here, and then even though it does give him a little bit of the advantage, he has the play, we are able to Spiteful next turn, so we shouldn't be too afraid. And Spiteful into a full Spellstone is really, really good. Nice. It didn't get too much value off of that. It leaves him weak for the rest of the turn. Alright, so we're going to kill this with the weapon swing. We don't want to get a steed on that. Oh, that's a great one. Alright, Sunkeeper Terram. It's a little bit early because now we can summon the Mithril Golems. Only thing we're concerned about is like an Equality Consecrate, so we're not going to trade. Because we can get better trades, but the Equality Consecrate is the only way that he comes back. And it's kind of unlikely that he has it at this point. Double Consecrate, though. That's interesting. He trades. Wow. Alright, so Berserker is definitely going to be played here, and we're just going to make a big one. Even though he can Oldemon it, we can... Finley should be pretty good. So... We'll definitely... Our play is going to be Finley, Berserker, Guardian, but let's see what we get first, because if we get, like, Life Tap, then maybe we change our play up a little bit differently. Alright. Reinforce is good. We can just summon recruits similarly to him. Healing is good right now because we have the minions here. I think the healing's probably the best play, actually. We'll take the heal. Play that. And we'll take advantage of our heal. So we're playing for the board. Alright, so there's that call to arms. A lot of taunts and Lotheb. Alright, so this is gonna be a great play because we're gonna win with it. We play the Guardian. We Ghoul. We bump. We bump. We put him at 1. And that's just the strength of this deck. Having good mid-range cards can typically edge out Paladin unless they get the nut draw of Muster to battle into Call to Arms. Alright, second Call to Arms. It's going to leave us a little bit vulnerable because he can make some trades here. But as long as we can get 3 hits in, we're good. Ooh, Muster's not too good. Yipes. Alright, well that was a play. We're not out of the woods yet. So at this point, we're just gonna play some stuff. Bump. Keep this alive. Make the trade. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Alright. Deathwing is a good draw. Any of the weapons are good. So he needs to kill everything on board. Doesn't have any consecrates, so... I don't know why he's not using the Haunted Creeper to get the juggles on more targets, but... Does he have any other taunts? Muster again. Oh wow, that was a lucky juggle there. Just... Alright, so if we get the double face, then we're good. And he has to trade the minion in. Alright. Alright, Deathwing wins us the game then. It's always good to run Deathwing. Alright, hopping right back into it. We'll play a couple more games. Let's see if we can get the feel for this. It was that early aggressive start with the Alexstrasza champion that really gave us that game. That's what we gotta look for. Alright, Warrior. So we're gonna assume it's Pirate Warrior. Even if it's Control Warrior, like, we can be... we're a mid-range deck and we should out-tempo them. But if it's Pirate Warrior, we gotta be on the defensive and look for some of these early game tools like Murgleton and Alex Ross's Champion. The Ghoul is good to deal with the 1/1s at the start. Alright. No play turn 1. Could be a slow Pirate Warrior, Ship's Cannon, something coming down. Alright, so we're playing a control style warrior. So we want to be a little bit more reliant on the tempo. So we really don't care if he makes the trades here. I don't want to play the Ghoul until later. We don't want to give him too much armor. Monkey's good, but we'll Guardian here. Okay, well, we might as well take advantage of this. And I like getting the Guardian out. Even though it's off curve, like, the Scalebane alone can be killed with an Execute, and that's not something we're looking for. This can also be killed with an Execute, but then we can't play it as a follow-up without drawing a dragon, and we're dragon light in this deck at the moment. So Slam means he probably doesn't have an Execute. Alright, we're looking for that Spiteful Summoner off the top. Why did he coin that? That was weird. That was very strange. So we don't want to play into a brawl too much. But if we get him to brawl on this board, I think we're okay. And we make the trade just in case he does have the brawl and to buff the Berserker a little bit. Alright, that's fine. We're cool with him wasting his turn like that because we get the refill with Curator. It's a bummer that that's the one that got, that survived, though. So keeping the pressure up. Alright. So this is where we start, putting pressure on. We want an aggressive hero power, life tap, or the weapon. No. Fire Blast is probably good. Probably the best one here. We don't want to get a dude make his second brawl better. He dies to all the whirlwind effects. We'll take that. He has to have the second brawl. How many cards do you have left? That's halfway through the deck. Let's make him... Actually, let's make this trade here. Alright, 3 minions on board. That's fair. Dies to a Shield Slam, which is not that good. But if he uses a Shield Slam here... Oh, he used the second brawl. Nice. So now we can go as wide as we want. Ghoul X... no Execute. Wow. Alright, let's get this out here before we draw the Spellstone. Oh, Corridor Creeper! What? No, that's a horrible one. Alright. Well, we'll hold on to the dragon. Let's get stuff on board and just push. Garrosh is a bit of a pain. Alright. So Berserker is pretty sweet. So I actually like Berserker, Scalebane, Ping. That makes it a little bit more awkward for him to deal with his minions here. We gotta get something to put some more pressure on him. He may seal out soon. But Deathwing should be very good at some point. Alright, so he doesn't have an Execute in hand. He probably would have used it. And here comes a big threat, I would guess. No? No big threat? Is this like Dead Man's Hand and he's gonna try to go infinite? Yeah, okay. Alright. So giving me cards is not what you want to do. Yeah, we're gonna play this. Definitely do this. And we'll keep the Fairy Dragon in case we get an Alex Strauss as champion, so we're just pressing face now. He's gonna be running the Bring It On, so he's gonna get 25 health, I think. And there's an Execute. Okay. We want to get him to use his Shadow Mourn so we can start playing things. Alright. That helps us out a good amount. Death Spite is sweet. So we're going to be using every single one of our swings. We're going to get max value out of it, and then we can use the Spellstone after. We can play the Dire Horn. I don't mind holding back another turn, waiting for him to use the weapon. Oh yes, we get the second Spellstone, unless he draws again. We can get the second Spiteful Spellstone combo. Nice. That's good. Let's see what we get first. Then reevaluate. Oh, Velen. Nice. So, that's sweet. That's sweet. That's sweet. And we're just putting stuff on the board now. We gotta deal with Whirlwind Sleep with the Fishes, so holding back is probably a little bit better here. Because these two are gonna die. He's gonna have to use some sort of removal on this. So let's try to make him waste it. And then next turn we can Death Spite and then Spellstone the turn after. I'm fine with this. We need to keep up pressure, but not let him not overcommit. Especially because there's most likely some AoE still left. Alright, so no more weapon to worry about, so that's out of the way. shield slam coming down there. Okay. Alright, perfect timing. We're gonna equip the weapon, get rid of this, and start developing stuff. Just... slight misplay there. I should have played that first. Didn't count my mana. If we can get him to use Sleep with the Fishes here. A Dead Man's Hand? Alright, so he has the second one then. Alright. So we're pushing. He can clear, but that's okay. We have weapon, and Deathwing should be good too. Deathwing is really good to finish it off. Revenge. Alright. So we're getting deeper into our deck. Matriarch is very good. So we're just gonna keep pushing. And we have one more Alex Strauss's champion in our deck, so we'll hold on to the Fairy Dragon. Bring it on again. That should be all of the ones in his deck. He has one more. We'll have to deal with one more. Should you not have Dead Man's Hand first? I'm not going to pretend that I know. Pressure's all going face. Play that. And the Matriarch should be enough. We're gonna get there by the skin of our teeth if we do. He hasn't played any executes, so... Spacing out our threats is really important here. So he's going all in. So because that one is there, then he probably has a bunch more. We really don't want to have to play the Ghoul until it's an empty board. So we don't want to deal damage to any of our minions. So that's one. And then... Cold Light. Alright. So Deathwing should be our last threat played. Fatiguing is a concern, so if we can get through our walls here. Alright. Play that. Get that out. 2 more waves. Hopefully we can survive into fatigue. Battle Rage, draw 1. Uh-oh. Alright, so with 1 card left in his hand, I think we're okay. We can just ghoul that. That should be enough pressure to see what we can do with this. It's going to be really difficult for him to get through this. Alright, so if he's swinging at that, he doesn't have another revenge. Bring it on. Alright. Alright. Alright, so we hold the Deathwing, obviously. So we're taking 5 next turn. Okay. 5 into 6. Alright. As long as he does not get a bring it on, we win. Man! Stayed alive by the skin of our teeth. That is how you outvalue Dead Man's Hand Warrior. Well, let's pause that. Yeah, we got the rematch here, so he knows what we're doing, we know what he's doing. Let's just beat him at his own game. Let's get a good early start. Alright. So we're not doing Shapeshift here. It's going to be board presence, so Reinforcer Totemic. I actually like the totems better. The totems can provide a taunt or heal, and then heals will just help throughout the game. He's going to have a consistently better early start, though, so Ghoul is nice as well, though. Alright, 1-1 is okay. But we just trade. First mate. We want these to go both face, and then face again. That's okay. Face, face, face. Nice. He'll bump 1. Go face with that one. Make a trade. To play around Captain, we need to Ghoul here. Cultist. Second Ghoul, nice. I like King's Defender here and set up a trade. We'll proactively trade in here. We need to hit a dragon soon, though. Oh, wow. So this is a very aggressive start for him. Alright, we got the other dragon. That's good. So here, we will clear. I think we want the totem now. Totem's a little bit more valuable now than Alex Strauss' champion. Upgrade. Wow, okay. So we're going to use the Alex Strauss' champion to trade. And then we start going face now, because we have the weapon in hand. We really want another dragon, but if we Mithril Spellstone, that'd be pretty cool. Alright, so we got through. Oh, Curator seals the deal. Because we get the dragon too, so we can just consistently play another taunt, and then we'll have enough pressure by then to win out. Death Spite, wow. Alright. We got this. Frothing. Trade, and that's the game. Oh, okay. He should have hero powered first, but it doesn't matter. Game's over anyway. He's dead on board. And that is Beast Menagerie Warrior for you. I think that's enough to wrap it up. Yeah, wow, that was a lot of fun. That did a lot better than I expected it to. I played what? So I'll look at my stats. Was that 4 or 5 games with it? That was, yeah, I played 5 games, went 4-1. Just really solid deck. You have the Star Beasts, Fierce Monkey, Haunted Creeper, with the Direhorn and the Kodo, but then the rest of the package that synergizes well with that using the Curators. So having Finley and then Alex Strauss' champion is just fantastic. You need to run that in any sort of like mid-range warrior deck. Yeah, and then the Mithril Spellstone worked really well with Spiteful Summoner. And even if we had to play it, like, it got us enough value in some of those late game matches to be able to push through. And then Deathwing was great just as is. Really fun deck. I'm really glad that I did this one. I'm signing out. DannyDonuts here. This was my deep deck dive. As always, just leave a comment below with your crazy, wacky idea, and I will go and try to put something together that could be fairly competitive. So, see you guys around.